So after creating this, so I'll begin by creating the index file. So I'll save this one as index.php. So this is my index file. I'm going to put HTML. It's going to be my home HTML. So I'm going to put here Bootstrap. The title of the project, hMusic. So after doing that, I'll have to import Bootstrap. So to import Bootstrap, I simply put link, and then this one is going to be CSS stroke what? Remember our Bootstrap file is here, okay? So it's CSS stroke what? Bootstrap dot CSS. After I'm going to create my header nav, okay? So this is going to be like a home page. I'm going to create my nav, and I'll simply come here and put Bootstrap nav bar. So I'll come and get the nav bar here. I'll look for this one. I think I should just get this one without wasting much time. So I'll paste this one here. The collapsible nav bars, you'll look at them when you're concluding this project. But this time you should just look at basic ones like that. So after having that, let us see how our project looks like so far. So to see how it looks like, so I'll come to here and put Ctrl-N to open new instance, localhost stroke hMusic. So that's how our project looks like so far. Why is it like this? Because I've not saved this one as index file. So I have to save it as index file here. Maybe I saved it in the wrong place. Okay, has to be on top here on hMusic. So I'll press Ctrl-Shift-S and save it as hMusic index file. Yeah, but it is there. .php save. Yes, it is there. Where is it saved? It's supposed to be here. Okay, Ctrl-Shift-S. Oh, I'm saving in documents. Oh my god, I'm saving in the wrong place. It's supposed to be saved here. Here, XAMPP, htdocs, and then we have hMusic here. You see, I was saving the wrong place. It is here. So I'll save here on top. So if I save and come and refresh, then we have that beautiful thing. Let us borrow the idea from YouTube and see how YouTube organizes its things. Or we can also borrow the idea from other online music platforms. So all these I'm teaching you are the skills. When you're creating a project, first look for an idea from other existing projects. Don't just create something from green. First get an idea from what? From other existing related projects. So I hope you've understood that. Please note it down. When you're creating something, don't just create it from the blue. Even when you're creating your database, don't just create from the blue. If you, for example, if you want to create a school database, first search other school management system database. So first search and go to pictures here, or you can even go down to PDF. Go to pictures and first see other ERD of other schools. Can you see? Don't just design your own thing before you look at others. See how he designed his. You can criticize him somewhere and you can buy the idea. I don't mean that you should copy and paste the exact thing. So you see how this one he designed his management system. Can you see? That's something I forgot to tell you last time. Can you see how he designed his department, faculty? You see, the things that I'm teaching you is what everyone is doing. Can you see? They use all of them. They are using, I think, Workbench. So before you do you design something, first look for the related thing, and then borrow ideas. Don't create something like you're the first to create it. Okay, Fatumata, have you heard? Fatumata. Okay, so don't forget that, please. Anytime you want to create a system, first go and, for example, library management system. So you see other people's library databases, borrow ideas, and then criticize them somewhere, and don't just memorize that you should expand it so much or so big, just to borrow ideas. Okay, so I hope you've noted that down. And something like what I'm trying to do when I'm creating an online music platform, what am I doing? I first look at how YouTube has its own, and I come and see, I search other music platforms, and I see how they organize their music. Okay, so I can open around 10 websites, and these 10 websites, all of them, they cannot be wrong. I can borrow ideas from some, and I can criticize some. Okay, can you see? All these are websites that are having music. So there's another one. There's another one. Just even inspired. Don't just create something like no one has ever created it before. So let us see other websites. So look at this website. SoundCloud. It's for music. So what do they have? They have home button, they have stream, they have library. They have search, they have login. I hope you're seeing that they have create account, and they have upload music. So you think, now you see, instead of me coming with something from zero, I first get the idea. So you see, will I allow people also to upload their own music? So I can think about that. Okay, so I will allow also people to upload their music, but before I didn't have that idea. So if I never came to this website, I wouldn't find that idea. So for me, I'm going to put also the home button. This stream is not necessary for me. I'll not put it there according to my project. So also you, when you create your own library, you see what you'll put there and what you'll not put there when you create your own project. So library, I don't think I need it because all my musics will be here. Search button, I'll put it, and sign bar, sign in, login, and create account, I'll also put them. Upload, I will put it in case the users want to upload their music. And this is more about us and everything. I'll also put about us. Blog, I'll not put it. Okay, so that's mine will be just simple. So I have learned what I'll put and what I'll not put. So what is here on top? They're having, I think, I can put a slider of top music or latest music. So here they're having all music. Here they have some popular tracks, the most downloaded tracks. You see what I was telling you. So me in my nav, instead of putting it here according to me, I'll put here popular music on top here, and latest tracks. Okay, so I will you see this one. So here I've borrowed just ideas about this nav bar here on top. Then here I think about the nav bar, what will I borrow from here? I don't see what I should borrow. They have this light and dark mode. What I will borrow from these ninjas is maybe the way they present their music. You see the way they present their songs, their cards. For example, I can put here top musics, and then I'll put here the what? The top musics. I'll put there the what? The songs, related music, featured music. So what I'll do here, I'll just borrow the idea of how they present their music. I think it looks for me better than this one. So I'll also present my music here like this. My music, a video, I mean a picture of a song and its name. So I've just borrowed the way how they present their music. Let us look at these guys. These guys require a lot of things, maybe to log in first. Let us look at Audacity. Here I'll borrow nothing. Let us look at these guys. So here you can sort according to the genre, according to the mood, different playlists. So far what I've got is enough. I don't need to confuse myself with more things. Oh, this one, their color is great. Can I also make such a great color website? I think this one I should borrow from them color if I can manage. I think I should try it, right? And make such a black and dark mode website. I've never done it before, so let me give myself a challenge. I'm going to do a dark mode website like this one. Okay, I've never done a dark mode website before, but let me give myself a challenge. So what will I borrow from these ones? I like this. For what? With Bootstrap? The people in what? With visual problem, we cannot see a song if you have visual problem. What can't you see here? But it is dark and white. It's not that it's dark totally. Someone with visual problem, he will see everything here still. It's just black and white. Anyway, so this one is in light mode, but this one, what I've liked about them, they have the categories sorted on this side. Like if you want a certain category, you can get it from this side. That's what I've liked about these ones. What else? So without wasting time, I'll just go with those ones, but that's how we do. Before you start something, you first look for other existing people. It's kind of with same kind of website. Here they have the top 10 list here on top, and then they have the playlist, then they have the latest songs. This is also good. So without wasting much time, or I should just keep it white just to save time. I'll just keep it white to save time because I use dark mode and I've never used it before. It will be a little bit confusing to me and it may take time. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to begin. We say that our nav will be like this of soundtrack. Okay, soundtrack. They have this dark nav bar, and first hours would be just light nav bar, but you see they have a container here, so container is inside here. So that's what I'm going to do. Ours does not have a container, so I'll come and begin. So I'll come and put here. Where should I put a container? Here? I think I should put it. Let me try to put here a container class, and we see how it will behave. Container. Come and refresh. The whole of it has come, but if you see soundtrack, for them the light begins from here up to here, but only this is container. But still no problem. I can keep it as thin as that. Okay. So I'll not make my navbar dark just to save time. So here there is a name of a company or home, or there is a logo. So I can put my logo here. So I'll come here, instead of putting navbar, I'll just put hMusic. And then after doing that, so since I'll put my home here, so I may not need to put again the home button, because if someone clicks here, he will go on home. So don't copy everything, otherwise this is just repetition. So instead of putting my home button here, I'll remove it. I said I'll put the here popular tracks, and then latest. So here I'll put what? Popular tracks instead of this. Okay, so I'll remove home. I'll remove this home, and you see this, I'll just remove the list item, the whole list item. Okay, so I'll put here popular tracks, and I'll add another one, latest tracks. I've clicked on something here. Wait. Okay, so I'll put here latest tracks. So I'll copy this one, this list item. After copying it, you see what I'm copying, the whole list item, and then press down here, press latest track. This drop down list item, I'll remove it since we have not reached that level of JavaScript. I'll come and refresh, then I have this popular tracks and latest tracks. Okay, so I'll put here the login, popular tracks and latest tracks. Okay, are you good at correcting mistakes? That's very good. So latest tracks. Then I'll put here the login button, and then I'll come and put here the button for uploading. So I'll put here login button. So I'll put here login button here. I remove this disabled nav. I'll copy this. I'll put login here. I'll create account, and then here I'll come and put one more item. I don't know whether it will be possible on this side. If I want to put something here, let me see how it will look like. How it cannot work out. I wanted to put okay, let me just put it here, but I'll make it a little bit standing out, so I'll make it a button. So I'll come and put here btn, then btn dark. I'll use the dark color like Instagram. So upload music. So if I come here, upload music is there. I'll make it smaller, so it will be btn sm, and then if I remove this nav link item, what will look like. So that's how it is, but it's a bit, let me put back the nav link item and so it look like. I'll remove it, and then it will look like that. Okay, so I'm going to put it a little bit down. You see it is not fitting properly, so I'll have to come and say mt2 maybe. So I'll have something like this, upload music. So I can put mt1. So I have that upload music as the action button. Okay, so that will be my header. Someone can search here, and hMusic, our logo is here, and popular tracks and login, and then upload music, and then the home button. Then I'll come and create the footer. Let us see how their footer looks like. They don't have a footer. Maybe I'll come and put my footer here on bottom. So to create a footer, I'll just simply create a div. I can create a footer element itself, div, and I give it maybe border top. You remember those things in Bootstrap utilities, border top, and then I'll put here my div elements. So I'll put maybe the copyright, and then I put the social media links. Okay, so to do that, I can create here my row, or I can just put here the row itself on top here, row, and then I put here div class, and then I'll put here what, call md, or call md 3, so there will be 4. Then I'll put here maybe this kind of copyright hMusic 2020. That will be the first one. So if I come and refresh and see how it will look like, so our footer will look like this. It's like this one. Even if I put footer, no problem, it's just the same, even if I make it footer element, it's just the same. Sorry, close, just the same, no any big difference. Can you see any difference in user experience interface? No. So I'll come and you first create those. I'm trying to show you the structure. That's how you begin. You first create those structures. So I have to come and put empty maybe 5. That it should always be space. I can just put empty 3 on small device, then empty md 5. So that it should be spaced, and I don't want to reach at the end from the end, so I'll have to add also the container thing. So I'll put here container. I hope the row will still be respected. Still, if you put a container, then it will not, the row will be not be respected. So I'm going to surround it with a what? With a div of class containers, that it should be in the middle. Okay, so if I come and refresh, I'll have something like this. Can you see? hMusic, and then copyright 2020, and then I can put here some pt maybe 3, so that should have some then I'll change this border. Can you see this small border? I'm going to change it to dark because my primary color will be dark, so it would be border dark, border dark. Those are in Bootstrap utilities. I know you already practiced them. So you see, that's my border dark. So instead of putting here the padding on top here, I can come and put it on the footer itself. So I'll come and put here Facebook and Instagram links. I've pressed some. So I'll come and copy this and paste here another column for Facebook. I can put here follow us on Facebook, or social media. I can put here our Facebook. So it will be a link, so it will be a tag, and then I'll put here our link for what? For Facebook. And then I'll also copy and paste another column, a link for what? For Instagram, and then our YouTube link. YouTube. Shabani. Okay, so I'll make text center. That should be centered. Text center. Come and put here text center, and also here text center. Maybe here so text center. So if I come and refresh, I'll have something like this. Okay, so since our primary colors are dark colors, so I'm going to make also this text to be what? To be dark, so that we should maintain that primary color of dark. So how will I do that? I'll just come and give this one to text what? Text dark. So I'll copy that, put it here too, and then lastly put it here. So so that one is done. Okay, so if I refresh, I have, it cannot do. Why? Because it's in a link. So maybe if I want that, I have to put on a link exactly. Okay, So I can put here class text that. So I'll come and put this one also, this class, and then lastly this class. So if I come and refresh, I'll see my texts are dark like that. So I've maintained the primary color. So after making those two, then the remaining things will be dynamic. Why did I begin with header and footer? Because these things are static. You go on YouTube, every page that you go on, you have the header is the same and this sidebar is the same. But for me, instead of sidebar, I've used the footer. Okay, even if I see the music, maybe when I go to watch a certain video, for example this one, okay, so when I click on the video, you see the header is still the same, even the sidebar is still the same. So only the content inside there between is the one that will be dynamic. That's why I begin with header and footer. So here also the header will always be the same, even if I play a single music. You see YouTube, Google, the header is the same. Even if you go to Facebook, you'll find that the header and the sidebar is always the same everywhere. Only what is changing is this middle part, the content. That's why I've also begin with my header and footer. But the only thing that will be changing is the information here between the what? The content. So my content will go here. And this is what will be what? That will be changing. So if I come and refresh here, can you see? No. PHP. You want to join? You have Taka. Hey, things are first. So if I refresh here, this is the content that will be changing. But this will be static and this will be static. Fatumat, do you understand? Fatumat, are you following? Do you understand? Yeah, so if you understood, then it means everyone understand. Because you're the slowest learner here. So if you understand, I'll confirm everyone that I have understood. So now let us begin now. Where do we begin from? We begin from logging in, because if you're not logged in, you'll not do what? You'll not be able to upload the music. Okay? So we begin with the login part. So to log in, you need to click here. So members, see very careful and become very attentive here. I'm recording a video, so if you don't want to watch this video, be attentive. But if you want to watch it again, then don't follow. Okay? So we begin with the login. So I want to click here and I should be taken to the login page. So I'm going to create a what? A login page. Now be attentive. The business starts now. So I'm going to save this one, Ctrl+Shift+S. I'm going to resave this one as file. A new file, I'll keep it the same, and then I'll save this one as login.php. Okay? So that's my page of login. Now, see the problem. So I'll come here to the index, and you see this is the page of login, this one, right? So I can put here maybe my h2, and then I put here login, and then let us see, the login will be there. That's the login. Now I have to come here to h1. See members very clearly here. So I'll have to put here login. Sorry, this is will be index.php, right? Index.php. Why do I make it index.php? Because it is the home page. I want if someone clicks here on my logo, it should be taken to the home page. So I remove the hash and replace the href with what? With index.php. Okay? So I'll come here on popular music. I'll leave them the way it is so far, and then we'll come here to upload music. To login.index. Login. So I'll put here login.php. Okay? So if I save login.php, I will be able to click here, and then I'll be able to log in. Okay? So if I click here on login.php, I'll be taken to the login page. You can see I'm now on login page. Are we together? Hadi, are we together? I hope so. Good. So I'm on login.php page. But you see the problem now, the first problem. If I want to go back to home, okay, I cannot go back to home. I cannot click again login.php. Why? Because this is a different file and we have not updated it. What we did, we changed only the information inside the index.php, but here in login.php we have not changed anything. Do you get the problem now? Here is still the same the way it is. So to solve it, we have again to put here the what? The index.php, again put here the login.php. Do you see that? Members, do you see that? Respond please. Do you see that problem? Very good. So what if we have 1,000 pages? So it means that we're going to repeat ourselves 1,000 times. What if we make a mistake, like, okay, we need to change the color? So it means that we're going to repeat ourselves around different 1,000 times. So how do you solve this problem? We solve this problem by creating external files. So these static files, like beginning from here, we have seen beginning from here, our branding is the same. So this one, I'll remove it from success, I'll bring it back to dark, btn outline dark, because my color is dark. So beginning from here, it is the same. So you see, I've changed this one to dark, this one. So it means that I have also again to come back to this, again change it to dark, which is so hectic. What if I have many pages? So beginning from here, the header and the footer, we know these content are going to be what? Are going to be static. They are not going to be changing on each page. They will be dynamic, but they're not going to be changing on this page to maintain the branding of our what? Of our company. So that if someone just lands their face on our page, they know, hey, I'm on hmusic.com by just appearance. Like if someone sees this kind of page, even before they read the word facebook.com, they'll know automatically that someone is on Facebook. But how do you make that one? By making the branding, by making this header to be static or same on every page. When I go to message, I'll see this header. When I go to post, I'll see this header. When I go to home, so to do that, that's what we're going to do. So the header and the footer are going to remain the same. So because of that, instead of us repeating them, I am going to make them, or we're going to make them separate from each file, so that we should be including them. We write them once and then be reusing them. So if we want to change, we change only one time. That is what I'm going to do right now. So all those files that I'm going to use, I can create here another special folder that I'll be using to write my includes. So I'll right click here. I'll right click here in hMusic, right click and create a what? A new folder where I'll be putting my include files. Can I create a folder? Yeah, we'll create a new folder. So I can call it files, I can call it includes, you can call it anything that you want. Okay, so these pieces of files, I'll call them files. I'll create a folder. So you have now how many folder? Another folder of what? Of include files. Okay, so inside this folder of include files, I am going to cut this top piece. Can you see? Beginning from here up to here, the top part, the header part that is static, I am going to cut it. Okay, and come here inside the files and create a file, and I'm going to call it, I'm going to save it and call it header.php. Okay, and inside that file, I'm going to paste that top part that I created. Can you see that top part? Okay, so I'm going to get also this last part. Okay, I'll cut it, and I'm going to come here back to files, the include files. I'll create another file. I'll call it, I'll save it as footer.php, and I paste there the bottom part. Are we together? So it means that I don't need this, I don't need this, because I've separated them and kept them somewhere. So if I come to my login part and I refresh, nothing is there. Are we together? Why? Because we have kept these files in separate files. Hope members we are together, right? Heidi, are we together? Good. So what I'm going to do, I now have to include these files. Okay, you see I've written them one time. Here we have the footer and here we have the what? The header. So I'm going to include these files here, so that they can come here and we'll use them. So what will I begin with? I'll begin by including the what? The footer, the header. So how do you include in PHP? So I have to begin my PHP code, and then we write include. You have two ways of including. We have 4 ways of including. The first way is include. So if I write include, I'll open the bracket, and then here I'll pass the destination of a file that I need to include. Okay, so where is it located? This file is called header.php. But is that the correct location? No, this is not the correct location, because it will try to look it on top here. But where is the header? The header.php. It is inside here, right? Inside the file. So I have to first put here the folder files, and then I put a what? Stroke. You will join for the last session after 10 minutes. Okay, so I put here files, and then I put stroke, then header.php. So by doing that, it means that our header file is going to be called and then be included here. Can you see? It has come. Are we together? So if I try to duplicate it 2 times, if I copy it and I paste it again, it means that it will come again. It will come again. I can include as many times as I want. Now, that's one way of including. Another way of including, you can say, I don't want to do mistake and I accidentally include these files more than once. So if you want to do that, you put underscore once here like this. So if you say include once, then it will make sure that you don't include this file more than 1 time. Otherwise, if you do a mistake and include it 2 times, it will ignore the what? The second time. Oh, why did it come? It's supposed to ignore the second time. Include once. Okay, include once on both. Save, refresh. You see, it has ignored the what? The second time. So if you don't repeat yourself, you have to use include once to ignore the remaining time. Okay. So that was include and include once. Include once, it will make sure that it is included 1 time, and include to just can possibly include it more than 1 time. Now we have, what if the file does not exist? What will happen? For example, I put the wrong name of a file that does not exist. If we come and refresh, our program will throw out an error. But I wish you should know that even though it should do an error, it threw an error, this program, it continued. It continued. You see, it will bring an error, but at least after showing the error, the program went ahead and continued executing. That is including how it works. So we have another one called require. Okay, so require, so assume that is a bank application, and maybe you make a mistake and you want to include a certain piece of functions for security, then they don't exist. So it means that the file will continue executing. So if this one we are doing some security part, then it means that people can do some malicious damage to your project, because the program continued, as you can see here. So the include will throw the error and then continue, so people can beat your security. So you have another one called require. So require, it works exactly like include. Can you see? The other one has include, this one is a require. So if I use require, it will work exactly as include, but the only difference between require, if the file does not exist, then the program will stop from there. Okay, if the file does not exist, then the program will not proceed. Okay, that's the difference between include and require. So you can also use the require once it is also existing. So to make sure that this one is only included 1 time. So require, it will make sure that the file it is included, and if it does not exist, it will not do what? It will not proceed. Otherwise, require and include, apart from that, it will they perform exactly the same task. So if I use require and I refresh, you see I have the same things exactly like how we had in include. So after including that, then we have to include the what? The footer. But this footer, of course, will come after what? After content. So my content will come here, and then at the end, I'll include the what? The footer. Foot. Okay. So if I save, I'll see my what? My footer here. Okay. So if I do things like this, what does it mean? It means that I will have only single pieces of code of header and footer, and I can modify them anytime, and my task is just to be including, and they'll be updated in every part of my project. So if I put here my div and put here a class of what? A class of container, and then I can put here h2, I can put here login process, and then this is the login page. Okay, I put login page. Then I'll come and copy the same information of including the head and including the footer. So I'll copy it and come and, so this footer I don't need it anymore. Header I don't need anymore. I'll come and paste inside the what? Inside the index.php. So because all of them, they depend on the same header and footer. So if I come and refresh, you'll see this is login process. So if I click on home, I'll be taken to the home part, and so here in home, instead I can put here home. Okay, so if I refresh here, I'll have home, and if I click on login, I'll have the login part. I don't know why my computer is slow, but I'll have the login part. And if I want to update something, I'll just come exactly to where I want. For example, I can come to header, and for example, maybe if I put here upload new music. Okay, if I come to upload new music, then you see it will update automatically on the login part, and when I go to home page, automatically it will also upload. As man go for day. Okay, Asman's computer went off abruptly. So you see that automatically it is being updated. So how is that possible? By using the header and footer files. So you edit one time, and when it is included here, it will automatically update on all pages. I hope there is no question there. Okay, so let us start working on the login process. So after doing that, I'm going to create here my two parts. One part will be for login, another one quick of create what? For creating new account. Let us see how the UI looks like for login. The login page, can use this one. What? Let me just create my own. So to create the login page, I'll create here my div, like how you can see there. Members, if you're lost, you can ask. So this is the login page. I'll create here my div. I can give it a class of core of row, and then I put here div. I'm going to divide it into two. I'll not create the separate page for create account, just to save time. So I'll put here div, and then put here the first part. I'll put call class call md6. So it should be a half. So beginning with the medium size should be a half, and then maybe I put here my h2. So I can put here maybe mt3, mt4, mt2, and md5. So the medium size on the big screen will have a padding top of 5, margin top 5, and then on the smaller screen it will have of 2, padding top of 2. So here I put h1, I put here login and I'll come and put text center, that my text should be what? Should be centered. And then I can make my text what? Text dark, because my primary color. And then I'll come and put here the login form. So to get the login form, I can come and just copy the Bootstrap page. I mean the Bootstrap form. I don't want to suffer. So Bootstrap form. Click on Bootstrap form. So without wasting time, I'll just come and take this one. So I just click here, tap. Recording. So in case you're lost, you can come back and rewatch. So I've just I'll just paste this one, this Bootstrap table, the Bootstrap form, and then if I come back to our project, where is it? In the same browser? No, it's this one. Okay, so if I come refresh, I'll click on login, then I'll have something like this. Can you see? I'll have something like that. Should I make this one dark? I don't think I should make it dark. Okay, let me make it dark just to, I'll just make the text dark. So I have something like this, okay? Something like this. So I'll come and make this one not table dark, text dark. Okay, so let us see what you need to correct. Then this, it's okay. So here I'll put username and password, and then remember me. Maybe if I want to put the remember me thing, I can enable it here. And then this button, I want it on this side. So to do that, I'll come and put here maybe MB2 and MT. I don't need it, I just leave that. So MD2. Then I want this button on this side. So I'll come here. Now you see here the label. You know the meaning of label. It's just like if someone clicks here, he will see where he is editing. So I'll begin here by putting username. Okay, so I'll put here username, and then I'll put here remove these things, not useful. I'll put enter username. Members, if you're lost, you just tell me, I'll be able to explain. And then here I'll put the word username. You see here what I've done, the ID of this username is same as this one. So if I click here, so here to be type of text, and then I say I want this one to be password, so it remain password, then ID password, and then type password. And then if I want to, remember these things will not go to PHP if they don't have names. You see, these attributes, they don't have names, so you must, I repeat, you must give them the name attribute in order to receive them to PHP. So I put here the name of username and put here the name of password. Keep this one a small letter. So I want to remove this checkbox. I don't want it. This button, I want it to be on the right side, so I'll put it float right. Then I can maybe put empty just some magenta, and then this will be btn dark. That's my primary color. Okay, so if I come and refresh, I have such a simple thing. Okay, login. So here I'm going to put register. in case someone is new, he can simply register here. Okay, so if someone is new, I'll come. Remember, this is my row, it is of 6 so I can put here maybe some empty 2 that should be having some margin top 2. So I'll come and copy this and then paste it down here. Okay, so when I paste it down here, this second part will be of what? Of register. So I'll put here register. So on registration, I'll ask is what? I'll copy and paste. On registration, I'll ask is I'll have to copy this and then I paste it. On registration, I'll first ask is what? His first name, full first name. So I can go and cheat from my database and see what I may need to know about the user. So I'll come and cheat from database, from my database, which is I can as well come here. Since I still have the SQL opened. I've closed the SQL. So I can even come and cheat from here, no problem. So user, I want his password, already get it. Username, get it. First name and last name, and then only first name and last name. Only these 3, only these 2. So first name and last name. So first name I'll put here, first name, and then I'll come and name this one as first underscore name. So I'll come and change this one first name, come and change enter first name. I'll come and change this one to first name. So I'll come and copy this. After copying, and then I paste it here, then it will be here last name, and then I'll come and change this one to LA last name, and come and change this one to what? To last name. Also here last name. So here enter last name. So I can make these fields required. So I simply adding a required what? A required attribute, so that someone should not submit this form in case they don't fill these fields. So required. So instead of putting here submit, I can put maybe register, and instead of putting here submit, I put here login. So if I come and refresh here the login page, I will have my registration form here. In case someone is not registered, they can register here. Okay, in case someone is new, they can log in here. Just simple UI. Okay, so are we together? Any questions so far? Fatimat, the slowest learner, you know yourself. Fatimat, any question? Not yet. Okay, so I will come and change this one. I will start now the business, right? So I'll change this one from I'll give it action, because without action it won't work. So I'll give it action to the place where I'm submitting it, and then after I'll give it also I'll give it also what? I'll also give it method. Okay, so method is going to be what? Post, and then I'll give action. I'm going to submit to the same. I'll do the login and the login process on the same page, but it is good to do the login process in a separate page. It is also good, or you can do the same in the same page. So what's your idea? Should I do it in the same page or in separate files? Adi, should I do it in separate files, or I should use the same file? Separate file. Okay, so I'm going to create a separate file while I'll be doing the login process. So I'm going to come here on action. Where is action? Here, and put here login. But since it is just a process, I'll not display anything in that file. It will just do the login process. So I'll put underscore process, just to make process, to make myself know what I'm doing. Okay, so login process. So I created this file, Ctrl N, and I save it just as login process here. Okay, so I can put here login business. Okay, so I'll do my login business here. So we can come and refresh. So you've seen how I've done that. I just put inside the what? The action. So, and I've created a file called login process.php, and it is where I'm submitting the login information. Oh, but we shall not log in before we register. So I'll also create another one for register. So we shall begin with the registration process, and then so I'll come and paste this attribute, register process.php. So I'll come to register process.php here, and then it is where I will do the register process. So I'll create another file, Ctrl new, Ctrl S, Ctrl V, register process.php. Don't put space in your links, please. Don't do those crazy mistakes. Okay, so I'll put here register process. I hope Usman is getting things. Yeah, so if you're following, that is great. So if I come and refresh, I'll be able to do what? To submit my registration process. Okay, so let me begin by registering my good friend Hadija2 Jase, and then her first name, her username Hadi1, and password ND3. Okay, so I register. So when I click on register, you see register process. So it means that you have submitted to this file. I hope there is no Chinese so far, right? So if I refresh again, it will ask me to submit the same thing. Any Chinese? Not yet, okay? Because I've done something like this before. Members, if you're stuck, you just tell me. So it means that we are here. So here I'm going to see what has been submitted. So PHP, let me first print. Okay, PHP echo what? Echo pre-tag, and then I'll dump anything that has been submitted inside the what? Inside the post. Okay, so everyone can do that. So if I refresh, I'll submit again. I'll see in the post I've received first name, last name, username, and password. Okay, so I'm going to create this user on my database. So we begin by creating the what? The SQL. So I'll come back this side. I'll first put comment and paste this junk here because I don't want to make mistakes. So first name, I'll first say first name is equal to inside the what? Inside the post, and then first name like this. Okay, so I'll copy the same thing, paste it, paste it, paste it. So this is my first name. I'll come and get the, so this one is done. Last name, it is here, it is here, and username, it is here, it is here, and then password, it is here, it is here. Okay, so if I refresh and I don't see any error, I'll know everything is okay. So let me remove this. I come and refresh, everything is okay. Everything is okay. Now we are going to write this SQL and save this information on what? On database. But listen, we don't save the password exactly the way it is. I repeat, we don't save the password as a plain text. For example, here the password is still just a plain text. So just like the way I told you that we shall learn a lot of things during this project. By the time we finish this project, we shall have covered the biggest percentage of our course. Okay, so as we proceed, we shall be learning a lot of things. So we don't save the password like this on database. It is allowed, but you cannot save the password like this on database. Why? Because passwords are very, very important things that must be protected, and in case someone lands on your database, or in case someone comes across your database, he's not supposed to know people's passwords. Okay, so you're not supposed to know your people's password, and even people who can hack into our password and into our database, they're not supposed to know the what? The people's password. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to encrypt this password so that I should know it, even I should not know it, even the one who hacks my project cannot know it. The only person who will know it, no one will know it in this world. Okay, so PHP has that function. It will hash for us the password and give us what we call a hash. So that hash, the encrypted code, is the one that we shall save on our database. No one will understand it, even the one who created PHP. And it is only PHP that will understand it. And in case when we want to verify if this hash is the same, it is PHP that will verify whether it is the same or not. So we have that function is called, it is built inside PHP. So after getting here my password, I want to hash it now. Okay, so I will update it by saying password is equal to, it's called password hash, this one. So it takes two parameters. This parameter is a constant, is called password default. Okay, and the first one is a parameter of a string or the password that you need to hash. So I'm going to hash this password that I've got just from what? From database. I mean from the form here. I can either put it directly from here, or I can just first copy it here and then paste it here. And then this PHP will hash for us this password and then return it back and put it inside here. I hope everyone understood that. So if I come and refresh, I'll see this Chinese. No one understands the so our 1 2 3 4 has been converted into this. No one, even if a hacker hacks to our account, he cannot understand what is going on here. Even you cannot understand which the passwords of the users. So in your projects, I don't want to see passwords saved in plain text, but I want to see them hashed. So if I refresh, you see, if I refresh, this is the password said. It's ending with QRM8P/2. If I refresh, PHP will generate for us another hash. Every time you refresh, PHP will generate another hash, even though the password is the same. So it is PHP that will know how it will verify this password, whether it is correct or not. But for us, we don't need to know. Okay, so this is what we're going to save on our database. Don't save, or don't ever save plain passwords in the database. Always save there the hash. So this hash is the one that shall verify whether it is correct or not. Again, it is PHP which will do that task. So I hope you've understood that. So this one, I'm hashing the password. Hashing the password. Okay, so I put that comment. Now what else? Now we have to write our SQL. So the SQL will be insert into, of course, when someone is registering, it means that we are doing what? We are creating a new user. But it's something that you have forgotten here. We have to first check if the user is existing in the database. Of course, we are not supposed to register the user with the same usernames. So we need to first validate. Should we do that? Okay, let us do it because we are learning all of the things together. So I'm going to create a password. I mean a logic that will validate that if this user of the same username is existing on database or not. So we shall first check, and first check, of course, is selecting. So we shall select all from where? From from users, because before we register a user, we have to first check if this username is taken or not. So select all from users, where also you have to validate some things here. You have to validate if the first name is not empty, the last name, the password, all these things. But for me, I'll not do that. You can do that by yourself. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to first check if the username is already taken or not. I don't want to have users with same username. So I'll select all from where? From users, where username is equal to the username that I have received from the database. I mean from the form. Okay, so username is equal to username. Okay, so we'll need connection. We will need connection to the database. So I'll create here a file of, a connection. In fact, you're going to create a separate file of connection. So any place that you want connection will be including it, because we will need connection more time, too much time. So instead of repeating ourselves, I'll just create a file that will have this connection there. So I'll create connection. I'll save it as is it new? My SQLi. So we begin by entering the what? Entering the place where the database is located, local host. Then after we enter the what? The database name. The username, which is root, and then you enter the database, which is nothing, the password, and then you enter the database that we are based on, which is hMusic. So I hope this connection is okay. If I refresh and I don't see any error, I'll know the connection is okay. So if I refresh, no any error, connection is okay. Otherwise, if I try to change and put the wrong database like this, then it will throw what? An error. Wanji? You see, remember that I was telling you, like if you put a wrong password, so you're having only 15 minutes and then we shall end this class. Exactly 15 minutes, 55 it should be done. So if you put the wrong password, you see it will throw an error. So it means that everything is okay. So that's why it does not throw any error. Okay. So I'm going to run this SQL and see if I have a user. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to run this SQL by using this connection. So what will I get? I'll get what we call a resource, which is equal to connection query, and then I pass the what? This SQL. Okay, so by doing this, I will get a what? A result. Let me dump this result. Echaliko. Zoom is still there? Swab. Members, are you still there? Zoom is trying to play games here. Hey, I have not shared my screen. But you couldn't say anything. Anyway, no problem. I've not written too much code. I've not written too much code. I've been flowing and kept quiet. Okay. So I will dump this resource. Adijat Fatmat. Zoom tetfukiranga sky. Members, are you back? I think, are you to internet connection? Are you to it is Zoom? One of the two. It is me. Me. Hadi. How am I connected to that? So you see, I have a what? Syntax error and print R. Print underscore R and a semicolon here. So we are remaining only 10 minutes and then this session will end. So if I come and refresh, I can see the number of rows which are returned are 0. So here, even if I don't fetch, I will know if the users are existing or no. So I can first check if. So I'll come and attach this one to this. Remember, it is a what? It is an object. Okay. I say it is a what? It's an object. So if I want to collect any to point to any value here, I use this pointer arrow here. Okay, so if this one is equal to 0, then I'll now echo no user with same what? Same username. Okay, else echo user with same name already exist on database. Same username, not same name, same username. So that's what I'll do in case. So I'll come and refresh this side, so you can see the result is there's no user with same username. So I can go ahead and register this user. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put here the opposite, so that I should move this one on top here. This second one, I don't care about it, as long as, so if someone has the same username, I'll die. I'll not do what? I'll not allow them to go beyond here. Okay, so far I'll show what to do, but at this moment, if someone tried to enter the same username, so if it means that if it is not equal to 0, in fact it's supposed to be here, if it is not equal to 0, then I'll do what? I'll echo this and die. User with same name is already existing, so I'll echo that and die. Otherwise, I will go ahead, if you pass this point, I'll go ahead and register them. So how will I register them? I'll have to write the what? The SQL. Okay, I can say SQL. I can make sure this is different from the first SQL that I wrote by putting _1. So is equal to insert into what? Into users, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to come here to my database, which is at localhost stroke what? PHP my admin stroke hMusic. So by doing that one, oh, that's not possible, baby. So I'll come to hMusic, and then I'll come I'll come and click on what? On users. You make me laugh. So if I don't make mistake, I always come and copy this same name here. That's my technique that I use if I don't make mistake. So I'll come and click on the database, the table that I want, I just copy this exactly the way they are. After copying, I come this side and put them inside the what? Inside the comment, and then I start selecting one by one. So username, I have it. So insert into users, then I'll have to specify what I want to insert, and then I'll also specify what? Values. So I'll put here this username. So I'll duplicate. Sorry, no, there's no duplicating. What else I want to enter? Username. So I'll come username shesh. Last scene, I don't have it. So last scene, I can create it. So last time that we saw a person. So I'll put last scene as just a variable, and I'll just put there this time function. This time function will return the timestamp. Okay, I discussed about it. I hope you know it. If you don't, I'll explain it. So I'll put last scene, which is now. Registration date, which is also same timestamp. So registration date, I have to update it because I'll get from the system, so that is the date when they registered, which is that one. Okay, can you see that? Username, this user ID will be created by the database. Password, I already have it there. First name, I have it. Username, user ID, it will be created. Password, I'll come and add it here. First name, I already have it. And then last name, I'll come and copy it here. and then photo, I'll leave it as blank for now. Okay, for now I'll leave it as blank. So those are the values that I'm going to insert in. Okay, so after I'll put the values. So we begin by putting like this. Username, I have it already, which is this one. It is having the same name almost. I always try to do my best and see that they have the same name. So username, comma, enter. I'll try to copy this and paste it so that I should not repeat myself. Okay, so username, Shesh. Next is last name. So last name. Next is what? Next is password. And then next is after password there is what? First name. We already have it. First name. And then last name. Oh, last name how many times? 2 times. I have to delete this first one. Okay, I'll delete this second one. Last name, I don't want it. First name, Shesh. Photo, I'll put nothing. So I'll remove this. So by doing that, I have created my what? My SQL. Okay. So let me echo and see if it is okay so far. So I'll simply come and echo it first. Hadi, any question on that with that? Hadi? Any question here? No, right? Here I get the data from database, from the form, through the post. Here I hash my password. Here I create connection. Here I write the SQL that check if there is any user who have the same username. Here I execute the SQL. Here I check if the rows that were returned are equal to 0. If they are not equal to 0, I'll print that the usernames already exist and I die. Otherwise, if he pass this level, then it means that the username does not exist. Then I go ahead and get the last scene of this user. I go ahead, create the registration time, and then write the SQL for all this. Then I try to echo it first before I run it. So if I execute it, everything is perfect. Inserting 2 users, in this, and everything is really okay. Okay, so what I'm remaining with is to do what? To execute it. So I'll put if what? If my connection, we are remaining with only 2 minutes to finish this. So, and I run this query and I run this SQL1. So I'll echo here. I put it inside the if so that I should know whether it is success or not. Otherwise, if is not necessary, F, and then here I'll echo failed. So I'll remove this, echo this one here. I hope everyone can do this. So if I come and refresh, success. Okay, so if I come to our database and I click on this users table, everything is okay. Everything is okay. Last scene. Oh, last scene is not existing. Last scene, we forgot to put it there. Last scene, I'll have to come and put here, cover, and okay, last scene I'll do it in the background. But in the main point here, if I refresh again, it will tell me user already exists in the database. And that's all for today.